Have you wondered what it really means to be the Holy Spirit? Do you know that your beliefs all along was echo of eternity? Everything you've been believing all along, you've been tapping from formless being, from gigantic beings that you may call God, but something big, something bigger than just random God. Do you know that belief you had in anything, or like anything you have been believing in, is you bringing the divine, the authority of divine, the authority of divinity back home. If I say that you've been living in dark, like I mean real darkness, would you believe me? You see, the Holy Spirit of God is the Spirit of truth, and that is the Holy Spirit. That is the Holy Spirit that heaven understands its language. So among every existence on earth right now, heaven can only see the Spirit of truth, known as the Holy Spirit. I'm so blessed that I've been living under an open roof of heaven. I've been living under under living presence of heaven for more than 6 months now. In fact, for a very long time, since birth anyways, heaven has been watching me growing. Do you know what it means to be the bridge between heaven and earth? It means that you are the Holy Spirit that heaven understands its language. And yes, the purpose of making this video this way is because I'm not here to introduce my being, but just to tell you what I know. I mean, if you really want to feel heaven on earth before the paradise, you should follow this account. Though to grow the account, but really to benefit your soul. For the journey of life has begun, and then it takes only the willing heart to walk the path. Hold on to believe. Whatever thing you are believing on, hold it on. Let the frequency of belief dominate the entire earth. Well, I just want to make this video to inform every being under heaven that yes, some of us are living by the presence of heaven since birth without even knowing it. Because heaven is never loud. Heaven is gentle. Yes, heaven is really gentle. Heaven is gentle. When heaven steps in, every part of you vibrates, every part of you responds. Every part, even the skin, even the flesh. Nobody is better though. It's just that my spirit is the Holy Spirit. The soul of ego. The completion of Trinity. The Most High. The divine tower of light. The divine system itself. The Irokotri, the God of truth. That is my spirit. And every word I speak here is nothing but truth. But from my mouth, because my mouth is judgment between heaven and earth. Follow the account. For life is not ordinary. Let's save our souls together. For humanity have been living in the dark for long. This is the presence of peace. Nobody is better than anybody, but indeed, some are built to sit on the throne of holiness. Let's balance the system of reality. When heaven steps in, heaven is never loud. It takes only a soul that is mindful, that is focused, to realize that this is heaven moving. Your breath changes when heaven steps in. As a matter of fact, looking at the mirror or looking at the time or looking at the plate numbers, anything, maybe randomly you were going out and then you look at time and then you saw that the number you saw there was kind of strange, maybe 2233, 1010, 55. Would you believe those are angels speaking? Those are signs of angel. That 1010, 5566 is a sign of a present, that the angel is present that moment, and the angel is speaking something that requires your attention. That is to say, our attention are not meant to spread. We're meant to live very close with our attention, to unite with heaven, because heaven moves by sign. Heaven is not loud. When your breath begins to change, every part of you, even every part of you becomes alive, begin to feel alive. Even the air in your home feels very thick, feels very weighty, like cloud. Even the air, you just begin to feel the air in your room like cloud, as if it's heavy as cloud. Very heavy as cloud. You begin to understand that the universe is even making noise in your ears, that the universe lives in your ears. I'm the thread. My spirit is a thread that held reality together. However my spirit responds, whatever my spirit does, reality responds in obedience. Not only reality, but everything in existence. When my spirit gets clarity, heaven and earth gets clarity. The seed of clarity begins to get planted in heavenly places and unseen realms. Let the unity begins with heaven and earth. For heaven has not been seeing earth for a very long time. But heaven knows about earth, but heaven has not been seeing earth. But earth is so dark that is known as hell. Earth is so dark that she is known as hell. But only the spirit of truth is the light on earth. Only the spirit of truth is the connection between heaven and earth, making the spirit of truth the bridge between heaven and earth and all living things. That is how powerful, should I say, how that is how big the light of truth is, the light of my spirit is. I'm not here to convince you on what you know, but to tell you what you need to know. For reality is bigger than you. Nobody told me anything, and that's why I'm telling you. I'm creating awareness so that you know that the journey of life has begun. This is time of unity. First of all, earth has to unite with heaven. Then humanity has to unite with their fellow, which is animals, because humanity are no different than animals. We have to unite with animals. For we are the soul, animal are the spirit. And both soul and spirit are meant to work together. For spirit is meant to guide soul back home. And that is why my spirit is here to my spirit, the spirit of truth, the soul of ego. The soul of ego is here to guide you home. And mind you, the Holy Spirit, the third in Trinity, actually is not a dove, but is an ego. Not a dove, but an ego. For ego is the mouth speak of God. I saw somebody writing, why does people who do not believe in God get prayer answered? Why people who do does not get? That question is very simple. First of all, prayer is not the key. Honesty is the key. You might pray randomly. You might pray without intention. You might pray without honesty. The Prince of Portia that hold the prayer of John will also hold yours, because there is no honesty there, and honesty is purity. So when you pray with honesty, heaven responds to your prayer. That one who is not even believing in God, or maybe he does not, add effort to believing in God or praying to God, might just whisper a honest prayer or a honest word, and heaven responds, because heaven moves with honesty. Honesty is purity. And when you speak honesty in your mouth, with your mouth, you are purifying your being, your mouth. So praying in a clouded mouth is you making noise to the word of eternity. But when you pray with honesty, even if it's just a whisper, heaven responds. Even if heaven can't see you, but heaven will hear you, because the connection of spirituality is in our ears, then it manifests through the eyes. You don't pray with an intention that you are praying, asking God for money, expecting God to answer you. When you are praying, asking God for money is not honest. You are not honest in that prayer. There are certain things that should come before money. Money, as a matter of fact, should flow to you, because money is an energy. Follow the account, although you have your free way to follow or not. I have a lot of message for everybody, and I let you be in peace. I hope you learned something. If you did, then share the message to some other people. Peace.